wanted to share with you some today about the way I chose to make raised beds this year. So what I'm in the middle of right here is the second step in the process of making my raised beds. The first step was cutting these cedar logs out of my friend's woods. He has a whole mess of them and he's actually trying to thin them out, and so it was a win-win for both of us. What I'm doing next is the process that I'm in right now. I'm cutting them to length. I'm going to cut 3-foot length pieces, and then I'm going to trim them up so they have a point on an end. That point is going to then get driven into the ground with a sledgehammer to make the corner posts and the side supporting posts. The long logs over here are going to be cut to about 12 feet in length, and they will be the side supporting rails that you'll see in the other raised beds and when this is all done. Okay, here we are in the next process of building the raised beds. Remember, these were the posts that I had sharpened the ends off of. I'm pounding them into the ground with a good old maul. What I did first was, instead of measuring with a tape measure, I used the panels that I'm using for the sides as the measuring points. Some people want to use a tape measure, that's totally fine. It's kind of a shortcut in my book. After I determine the distances, these are going to be the end pieces. They're 4 feet long and these are 12 feet long. Then I stick my corner posts in, and then as you can see down the side here, I'll put my additional support braces, and then to top it all off, I nail them together with some big, what I call pole barn spikes, or just big old spikes that you get from the hardware store. All right, so the distance that I'm going to be driving this down is about 1 foot. They're 3 feet long. That leaves 2 feet out, and that's about the right size, with a rail on top for these side panels to fit almost perfectly. There's one point at which I'll use a tape measure, and that's to determine if I'm done hitting it with a maul. And I am still shy 1 inch, so I got to keep whacking it. All right, so you can see I've got the other side up now. And in the bottom we put some cardboard. That cardboard is going to serve a couple of purposes, but its main purpose is to keep the weeds and the grass from growing up through the soil. Although with the amount that we're going to put in here, I'm hoping that it's going to be slim to none of a chance that it's going to actually do that. One of the things that I wanted to mention to you is this is one of the spikes that I used to put these things together. I was just up here hammering on this wooden beam. Basically, it's a rough-hewn wooden beam. This week, if you're not aware of it, some people call it Passion Week. Some people refer to it as the week of Passover. But this is the week that we celebrate the death and resurrection of our Messiah, Jesus. And when I was pounding these in, I was like, man, I can't imagine taking one of these for anybody. And it just impressed me a lot of the sacrifice that he made. The other thing that I thought when I was doing this was, we put garbage and nasty stuff, sticks, lawn stuff, maybe grass clippings, old manure, into these raised beds. And the end result is kind of what God does with our lives. He can take our manure and he can make it bring forth new life. And that was one of the things I wanted to share with you while I was making this.